I'd like to introduce you to Sergeant Williams. Sergeant Williams, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to
How you doing? My name is Staff Sergeant Jawan Williams. I'm currently 89 Bravo, which is Ammunition Specialist. I do work here at the Downers Grove Recruiter Station as a U.S. Army recruiter, and I am from Chicago Heights, so I'm from Illinois.
So your current role is in recruiting.
Yes.
And you are pretty local to the area.
I am.
And I also heard that you were a high school and college football player.
I was. I played high school at Bloom High School, and I played football at Aurora University.
And you were a linebacker.
Yep.
Why linebacker?
So for my size, I was pretty big, especially during college. But while I was in high school, I literally played every defensive position besides cornerback. So once I got a little bit bigger and into college, like high school, linebacker, that was really what I was into.
So let's talk a little bit about your high school football experience.
Okay.
And how did being a football player shape the person that you are today?
It shaped me so much. I wasn't used to being like a team player, like a role player, anything like that. So literally being with that team, they were like my brothers. And growing from freshman all the way to senior year, we were so like close knit. We knew everything about each other. And we were just so close, like on the field and off the field. And that relationship is still there 12 years later.
When you were playing high school football, what were some of your greatest memories?
My first game, I had 6 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception, and we still lost.
I love that you remember your stats
Yeah.
from 12 years ago, that's what it meant to you. How about, so let's talk about the tough times in football and how you were able to overcome some of the tougher days.
Tough times, going through triple practices, that was really tough. Just that whole week, waking up early, 5 o'clock in the morning to start workouts at 6, and the workouts wouldn't end to 7 p.m. And we did that literally for a week straight. I would say that was about the hardest part, especially, it's July, it's really hot, and you just can't stop because you want to be on the team. You don't want to let your team down. Like, nobody wants to stop. And you just don't want to be that guy to, I'm done, and coaches make you run more because that one person stopped.
I love that you brought up coaches. So football coaches are definitely a different breed of coaches and have a reputation of being tougher. So let's talk a little bit about that and the relationship you've had with coaches and how on some of those tough days or those tough conversations that a coach had with you and what that meant to you looking back now, or maybe how you felt at the time.
So my coaches I've known since I was little. One, I did wrestle. So I got to grow up with them. Once I became a high school player, the relationship, I will say, changed for the better, because even though they were coming down on me more, I then understood why. Just having them watch me from when I was little, they seen something in me that I didn't see in myself. So it would be times where I would mess up and they would like really get in my grill. And I would get mad, I would, walk off. But they cared so much about me that they just, they wanted to bring that beast out of me. And whenever game day came and that beast was out of me, I'm just in my happy place. And, they constantly congratulated me. And for those 4 years, that's exactly what it was. Just bringing that beast out of me. And I to this day, I still stay in contact with my coaches, and I thank them for everything they've done for me.
So let's also talk a little bit about maybe that younger self, and you and your younger self. And now looking back, what advice would you give that 17-year-old self?
So I was a hothead. I was a hothead because I knew I was like that top stuff. I was that top guy. I was very cocky. What I would tell myself now is to don't be cocky, just have confidence. Be very confident, be very clear and concise with communication and making a point of what you want to do. Make it clear of what type of role you want to make as far as being on the team. You don't just want to be that person that's, oh, I can do this, I don't need anybody. No, you don't want to be that guy. So I would definitely give that advice to myself, just always be a team player.
Now, how was the transition from high school to college? Now, high school, again, you're the top dog.
Yeah.
you are the top dog, and
Yeah.
now you go to college. And what was that like?
It was a big shocker. It was a big change. I went from being the top guy to not being the top guy. I actually had to put that much more work in order for me to actually show what I can do. So it's not only just me, it's 100 other guys doing the same thing. During workouts in the gym, you have to be on your stuff. You have to be on your A game in the gym. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're good. Now, it's not only just in the gym. You have to be on your A game in the classroom as well. So if you're not passing your classes, you can practice and all that stuff, but you won't play games. So it was really, really a big change. And then the set schedule was just something that it was so surreal. I really just couldn't get used to it. It took a while for me to do it.
And now, what made you transition from college football to the military?
So after college, I just didn't see myself going to the NFL, and I just knew that I could do a lot more. So my dad was a Marine, and that was my first option to go be a Marine. And then I just figured, if I'm gonna join the military, why not, make my own step? So the Army was a good option for me, and 10 years later, I'm still here.
So right behind you is a poster, and it says, "What's your warrior?" Mm-hmm. So what does that mean to you, and what does that mean to our local football team and players?
What is your warrior? So that means what motivates you to want to be best? What motivates you to just want to live a good life? Do you want to provide for your family? Do you want to just, live your life? What motivates you is pretty much, that's what it is for me. What motivates you in life?
So what is your favorite football team?
I would say between the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens.
Very good. And you were also multi-sport athlete, so you did do wrestling?
Yes, I did.
And was there another sport you did?
And basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
So basketball, football, and wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice do you have to our students at Downers Grove South and our football players who are watching this?
Stay committed. Definitely stay committed. Be positive. Always be a team player. Look out for your brothers that are on the field with you, that are in the locker room with you, that are in the classroom with you. Look out for each other, because at the end of the day, when you're all on the field together and you're down by 1 point, those guys to your left and right are going to be the ones that get you that one extra point to either tie or the 2 extra points to either win the game. So stay close-knitted, and y'all will be good.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man.